So, what have I bought this time? Well, nothing actually. I'm sending my Leica SL3 back because for video, it is absolute trash. I have had so much fun with it using an M lens, the 90mm M lens. It was so much fun using that with this, manual focus, and taking some of my favorite pictures that I've ever taken with the 35mm, with the 50mm, had a real blast with those. But most of the time when it's here, this thing sits up here and does the top-down shot that you see. And yet again, it failed. This memory card that I bought from the Leica store failed on me in the middle of doing two unboxing videos. One was the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 unboxing of the replacement they sent me under their refresh scheme. The other one was this unbelievable Ugreen charger, and took everything apart on video, had it being filmed, I thought there, but of course there's no tally light on a Leica camera, and you can't really see anything through the monitor because it doesn't articulate. I thought I could get past that, but I really can't, and this is just a paperweight now. I will potentially get an M, but for now I'm quite happy just using the Q3 and the Alice camera. I really don't see the point of this camera. It is junk for video. It's that simple. It's good for photography, not great. I think the Sony A7 IV that's probably coming out is gonna be better. Well, is better. And unless you're using M glass on here, there's just literally no point of using this camera because the normal lenses they sell are absolutely gigantic and this thing weighs a ton. The autofocus isn't good enough for sport, so you can't really use this for sport. You might as well just buy a Sony. That's my opinion. And last but not least, final rant on this. I know I ranted about the SL2S and I thought this would be better than that. And I thought with the software update, they might be able to use this LiDAR thing, get it to flash, but no such luck. I've treated it with great care. I've had it for about 6 months. And the last thing I'll say about this camera is that, sure, it's great using M lenses on it, but you might as well just buy an M camera. What's the point? And now that Leica have come out with the Q3 43, I'm much more interested in that. I've got the standard 28mm Q3, but the 43 would be the perfect portrait camera, and I could use it for street photography as well. It's so light that I could just have both of those in my bag when I go out and have both lenses on there. Like I'd have a 28, I'd have a 43. I wouldn't actually need the SL3 for anything. And if I want to shoot sports like touch tennis, for example, I'll simply buy a Sony. It's a shame to have to get rid of these lenses and stuff. But I mean, I guess I could keep the 24 to 90 and use it on here, and maybe keep this 90 to 280 for using with the Lumix S5 2X that I shoot this shot with. Now, I was at Leica in Germany about 2 months ago, and speaking to Peter, I think his name was, in sales, he confirmed to me that they are launching a new S line of cameras, and that S line will be medium format. Now, I'm all over that. I would love to use that for photography, never for video. I mean, besides, the files would be absolutely enormous. A medium format sensor for video. No thanks, I'll stick with full frame. But I can't see any practical reason for me keeping the SL3. I've tried it, I've had it for 6 months, and I've had more fun with the Alice camera, I've had more fun with the Q3, and I've had more fun with my phone taking photographs than I ever did with this. The only time this became exciting to me was when I used the M lens with an adapter on the front of it. Other than that, it has just been one pain in the ass after another. So here's the box. Here's the Leica lens mount. Goodbye to you, Leica. See the sensor still in mint condition. Close that up. There's no marks on the screen. Somebody will have a great time with this camera. They really will. I have loved the Q2, the Q3, like you couldn't believe. Absolutely loved them. But this thing, I think they're stepping into a market that isn't theirs. The only great thing about using a Leica camera is how well it speaks to the glass. So if you put a 90mm f2 Summicron lens on there, for example, an Apo lens on there, I mean, the shots are unbelievable, I'll give it that. But they're not fast, they don't autofocus quickly, and you really have to be methodical and patient with them. Not something I'm well known for. So I shall gently package this back up. I won't stick this on eBay because I don't want to get scammed. and eBay is just not the place to sell a £6,000 camera. Although it's not worth 6,000 anymore. I think it's probably about 5 to sell it. So I'd probably get 4. That's pounds, £1,000. But I won't get the maximum that I could potentially get selling it privately, but I also won't get scammed. So that's probably the best thing I can do. Goodbye, Leica SL3. It's been emotional in a bad way. It's been tedious. It's been challenging. It's been an utter pain in the backside. And I will never buy another Leica SL camera. I've had the SL2S. I've had the SL3 now. And never again. I hope whoever buys this gets more use out of it than I did, because as a top-down camera, it sucked. As a video camera, it sucked. And as a photography camera, it was just okay. There's one more thing. I loved that the SL2S had pixel shift. So you could take a picture that was like 177 megabytes in insane detail. They've got a 60 megapixel sensor on this, and they could have utilized that pixel shift. I mean, it's there. Why did they not release that in a firmware update? Still, 6 months later, they haven't. Makes no sense. The camera has that functionality. It's got in-body image stabilization. So I am surprised that they still haven't released it. But hey, that's Leica for you. They do things on their own terms, on their own time frames. So anyone interested, there's a Leica SL24 to 90, 90 to 280, and an SL3 for sale. Done. Just done.